Love you guys.
I don't have to stand up for my people anymore.
Yeah.
I've abandoned them.
Yeah.
But we are going into the knife round now, guys, here, and it is going to indeed be over here on Mirage, a map that both of these teams have shown proficient results on in the past, and it could really just be, as they were saying over at the analyst desk, it could be a coin flip to see who decides this one. It's going to be an extremely close, an extremely intense map. There's been issues and really great things popping up from both of these teams, so I personally have no clue what we're going to see for a result. Any prospects from you?
No, I mean, I think that this is the best map we could have had for the third and deciding map. Sure, LG Navi yesterday was close on Inferno, but Mirage, I mean, it's a great map for both of these teams, and I think we're going to see a great display from both Fallen and Guardian, and I seriously do not think that Guardian will have such a low impactful game like he had the previous one on that CT side. I think he's going to be fired up here.
And for that chance to impact, they're going to get it first, since they win the knife round. They get their side choice. They're going to jump on a CT. No surprises there at all, since it is Mirage. And we are going to go directly into it, guys. So, not sure if you can hear it, but on the other side of the arena, once again, Navi, they're getting a little bit hyped. They want to be the victor here. They want to be the one. Keep Europe strong. Keep it to a four European team semifinal there. They want to stop LG from getting to it. So we are going to get into the match now, guys. For Natus Vincere, their last chance to stop Luminosity Gaming from once again making it into the bracket stage. And for Luminosity, they themselves want to prove that they can be this top-tier team that they seem to be back at DreamHack Winter.
Yeah, and we're just going to see a straight-up B rush here coming from LG with flashbangs and smokes.
LG pushing into it very quickly. Sees initially in position to stop things while sitting back on top of the bus there. Apologies, but Edward and C is going to pick things up with 2 kills. Actually, falling back works out great because they can pick up these frags, and there's Guardian with another one there. He's going to dig down to 5 HP, so he has to fall away from this one. It just leaves Cold alive, however, so looks like Navi should have a pretty good chance to pick things up here on the pistol, but Cold still trying to hold off, swerving out of the way as players start to come back in through the apartments and back up through CAD as well. Cold could be smart about this. If he actually investigates, he can see it. He could potentially wrap over towards the A site, and I think that may end up being what he'll choose to do. He's now stuck in here, but I don't think he's realized that second player has come outside of the apartments as of yet, so he's going to get into a little bit of a duel versus Zeus. Zeus abandons that, but that opens the wayside for Flamey, and he's indeed going to be able to finish that off and pick up that first round for Navi. Yeah,
CS actually was the one with the kid and the HE. The HE just landed straight on top of a lot of LG members. I actually didn't see how much damage they completed, but yeah, that this I just doing damage. It just halted LG's rush, and everyone else from Navi just came to play. 2 great kills from Seized, Navi picking up the pistol round.
The Navi this time actually not so fearful, I would say, of Luminosity Gaming on the response round. We take a look. This is more normal to par compared to what we saw in the last map, where they just went with the full rifle investment. We actually only see 1 rifle this time from Navi, and that's going to be on Flamey. The rest go for the SMGs to try and stack up a little bit of extra cash, with the exception being Zeus, of course, on the P90. And the movement here from Navi, still fairly normal. Guardian inspecting things going on at middle, and he is going to get a chance to get into combat, as there's 2 players working in from underpass right now. It looks like they may press out against in a second, but they're also waiting for the player to peek it. Bird gets himself into a duel versus Guardian initially, but Guardian actually doesn't spot that second player just as of yet.
It's a little bit weird for Luminosity, just having 2 guys there, not taking any control. Looks to be like a somewhat of a fake, but it's only Fallen and Cold with the nades, and they're all over at the B bombs. I have no idea what Luminosity actually wants to do here. Just holding a little bit, I guess, but Taco's just going to be so far away. Maybe just try and lurk a few kills once Luminosity hits the B bomb site, but the planning here is a little bit, because you see Zeus, he's just pushed out of here.
I mean, they're correct in assuming that someone is going to aggress them back through underpass here, but now since they haven't found the kill itself, this plan has ultimately failed, and they're not left with a whole lot of impact. Now, most of these players coming back out through underpass, but they are going to get traded back out. Thankfully, Cold finding an additional pickup here for the guys on Luminosity. He's going to be able to find another frag now on his C's, but then Zeus rolling back over. He picks up 2, both onto Fallen and FNX. Just 1 more left alive, sitting back over is going to be Taco. He's got control of the A site, but now that bomb transition has ultimately failed, Edward can just roll right back out and finish things off with the USP.
Yeah, actually, it could have been a little bit more dangerous from Navi there. Zeus just pushing all the way from A ramp, so he just called to his teammates and said, well, no one's here, watch out for B. All of the remaining Navi members just instantly rotated, so that's why Taka actually just came out of A bomb site. He was just lucky that Zeus was fast enough up in middle to kill the bomb, to kill the bomb barrier or carrier with among the 2 other Luminosity members. Otherwise, they would have had the bomb plants.
And LG here in this round won't be able to invest very heavily at all. Just going to be seeing just the usual pistols. In fact, very little players investing at all. The only player that does this is going to be Taco this time on a P250. And again, LG just trying to take it very straightforward, and it fails to a very large degree. Zeus, Seized, and Flamey all just mopping things up here so far with the 4 kills. Cold is now you're just going to be stuck over here at the top of middle. They found him too, and he cannot retreat from these boxes. He's got to hold his ground, look for something on that Glock, but won't be catching anything. FACEIT takes him down, and now we look at the 3-0 start here for Navi as we head into that first gun round.
Yeah, and the up on Guardian. Actually, not an up on Fallen this round. Just going to off with all the members to get a few extra nades on the board. So yeah, let's see how this pans out. Let's see if Guardian is feeling better. A lot of HE choices coming in there over the usage of maybe mollies and whatnot too. So they are going to try to get very aggressive about this and try to catch any bits of early aggression that they can maybe find. Cold, the original player here from LG that will be investigating middle. He does have some support with him, but most of the rest of Luminosity now pushing back over there towards the apartments. They do have one player pushing out from T ramp 2, which is going to be Taco. In fact, he's very pushed out right now. However, you can see Zeus sitting just on the other side of that. Taco may be able to wrap right out and find him, but I do believe that player with the P90, which is going to be Zeus, is ready for him, and they do take him down. Not before, however, Cold picks up the first frag of the round over on a Guardian. That's going to shut him down, and that is not a player you want to have going down from Navi so early on in the round. Now, Edwardo really aggressive on the little, what do you call it in the US?
Where at?
Window room?
Ladder room, window room, dark room, a couple names for it, I guess.
So Guardian ends up going down, but Edward very aggressive, so you can actually just hold the angle that Guardian failed to do. So still Navi with the lead here in this round. C's very aggressive as well onto B, so you have the two Navi members, the two remaining ones too. So I don't know why Zeus is actually rotating back when you have C's in such a great position, leaving FACEIT all alone on the A-bomb side. All
this action towards middle, though, has allowed, as you mentioned before, this A-bomb site to be left open, and FACEIT is going to be the only player here to try and stop this now. Gets actually really good spray on towards Fallen, bringing him down to 23 HP, so he's going to be very low, and this does pull most of the players back. Fallen has to connect the shot on the C's if he goes for the peak. The flash comes out. There is no follow-ups from C's. However, FACEIT popping back out, he's going to be able to drop one of the players, and the second one too, so a great follow-up there from Navi to get a quick retake. LG do get the plant, so they'll get the extra money, but Navi keep themselves strong and flawless for the time being with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and C's picking up Guardian's up as well that he dropped in connector. But yeah, Guardian going down there, he was trying to get a pick over the smoke in the connector, and Luminosity, they were ready for it, just pre-fired him, ended up going down and just leaving connector all open. And then you saw there, I mean, C's had a great position over at the B bomb site. FACEIT played it great on the A bombs. He got the info that they were over at the A bombs, and he just fell back and to just wait for his teammates. And once you saw the bomb plant go down, that's when you had another Navi member in the jungle area, and that's where FACEIT pushed and ended up getting one of them, and then it was a 1-on-3.
This time from LG, it's a quick movement to get themselves through the back alley and inside the apartments to a certain degree. A couple of those players heading down through underpass, at least initially to watch out for aggressive movements. They won't be finding it, and they are smoked off inside of the apartments. So they won't be able to push that nade going in. Going to connect a decent amount of damage, I suppose, on a Fern FNX, but they're not ready for it. Sees, he actually gets his gun back out and finds 2 more kills there. Shuts out FNX and Taco Burr. He won't find a trade, but now this push, it's been found out, and they're going to be given so much time to rotate into it. There's Edward with another pickup. Zeus finding one as well. It's just down to Cold now, and that was such a big mistake made there by Luminosity, not picking up that first one. That could have given them so much forward momentum, but now they're not going to find it. However, look at Cold here, finding both Zeus and Edward back-to-back, tapping and tapping away on that Tech 9. He brings us down to a 1 versus 2. Has to try and shut down Guardian, but thankfully, he's here to party, and he shuts it down before that gets any more crazier.
No idea how C stayed alive there. Look at this. FNX just missing. Oh, with Tech 9 as well at that distance. I mean, we're talking, I don't even want to count how many bullets he missed there, but yeah. C staying alive. If he would have gone down and FNX would have just ended up running down there, they would have had the whole site. And you saw that Cole's great work, but it wasn't enough.
And LG get very, very close to closing out the round, but Guardian, seeming to keep things up for now, does stop that. As you mentioned before, things get completely out of hand. Navi keep themselves in control of this one, and now are able to bring themselves up to the double op setup here on CT side of Mirage. Seized, picking up the second one for the time being. Luminosity also having theirs in play here too. Fallen is going to be picking up the op and starting to work with it here. LG get a good amount of control back over towards the middle. There is a bit of a battle by the apartments, but C's is going to miss the connection. And for the time being, neither of these players are actually going to go at each other's throats, as they'll respect each other and keep their distances. Not going to want to risk losing an early life, especially with the positions from Navi there. That would leave the B site very, very weak, and they cannot afford to do that.
Yeah, Luminosity just approaching the bomb site here, just taking the control. Guardian, the timing there from Taco actually might have gone down from Guardian, because Guardian was very aggressive up in Palace.
The op there from Fallen, perfect timing. That catches Guardian just as he was trying to relocate further into the site, so that's going to shut him down. Another good open here, taking out a very powerful player. Zeus picking up a first one, but the double peek from Luminosity is going to allow them to find the trade as they press their way back into it. Sees with a great shot on the op there, shutting out Taco before he can find his way out of Palace. Now, however, LG do get partial control of the A-bomb site. Cold's in a great position inside Connector, but not expecting Edward to peek first. Again, the timings are great here from both teams, but now Fallen, he's still hot. He finds that first shot on the Seas. One more rolling back in. He's going to miss this one. This gives Edward the time to push back in, but he's ready on the reaction shot, picks it up on the second time, and now finally puts LG onto the board.
Yeah, two situations in that round where Guardian just, the timing is not with him today. This is obviously the last situation where he just ends up running. You actually see, right as he jumps, you see the small little scallop of Fallen as he's just about to peak, and then obviously the first situation was up in Palace. So yeah, great job of Luminosity. Fallen, 3 great kills. Navi though, still have money to buy. They're up 5-1.
This round in itself, though, is going to be the last buy they'll have, as they'll be ecoing after this one. So it'll give Luminosity the fuel they need to attempt to come back and keep this game, as it has been for 3 maps now, a very, very close one. I'll be trying to make it a bit different over here on Mirage, but Luminosity now with a chance to swing things back. Keep it a very close contest here, especially with their T side on Mirage being the thing where those rounds need to be picked up. They took a risk on Train, but thankfully were able to swing things back. But Mirage could be a completely different beast depending on the way they play it.
Yeah, and just see default rounds coming from Luminosity. Really good, I'd say, because Navi, they're not that team that likes to push, but now in this round, for example, see, look at Seized. So aggressive up here in the hallway.
Zeus tries to get aggressive too, but he's punished by Taco. He's going to win that opening duel. Doesn't actually push forward about it just as of yet, as you've also have Flamey sitting underneath the platform there on the A site, so that would be a risky push to make. Again, the positioning for it just does not align with the timing that he gets that kill, as most of LG are still positioned somewhat outside the A-bomb site, and the most of their push looks like it wants to go towards B, so that would be a very aggressive move, and he would not have the team support behind him. But Sees in a great position, gets some really good damage on the 2 players, but cannot execute upon either of them. That duty falls to Edward as he pushes back out here through underpassing towards middle, picking up one, can't find the second one as he jumps. So that gives Cold a very easy victory in this duel. Now Guardian inside the site, trying to stop these players catching him, not taking a shot just as of yet, but Cold and the rest of LG continue to rack up the frags, and much like many, many rounds we saw back over on Train, is going to make it a situation where this final member of Navi just can't do anything, despite having a great position to try and close out the round. He has no team support at all, so he has to fall back and save. Yeah,
you can actually tell that Luminosity has a very good understanding on how Navi likes to play this map. Both of these rounds now, where Luminosity just taking it very slow and methodical, not giving Navi anything and not any room to breathe, and then obviously Sees there, very aggressive on the B hallway, ends up missing the spray, ends up going down. Yeah, I mean, these last 2 rounds for Luminosity, like, read Navi like a book.
Guardian just barely making it out of that round 2 with the op. Was getting closed in on very quickly,
yeah.
But LG not able to close the gap fast enough, so he makes it out with that gun. However, Navi have now been broken, so this is going to be the only big gun they have in this round. It's going to be a very tough one to close out, and that duty falls to Guardian. He's been doing an okay job so far, but still plenty of his teammates are ahead of him with much higher score lines.
I mean, the frags that Guardian's been getting are exit frags, so it's not really been that impactful as of yet. This is round number 8, and we haven't really seen the Guardian that we're used to seeing. Now we do see Guardian a little bit more aggressive up in the middle here, though, on Catwalk.
And I'll be looking for any action there. Most of LG, though, they are attempting to push into that A site. Zeus gets a good start off to it, sitting underneath, looking for a second lineup on the fur. There is additional pressure. He pops back out there. Now he's burning alive, though, and oh, that's a triple coming out there from Fallen. Catches Seas, and then that molly just burns both Zeus and Flamey alive. They don't even seem to realize that they're burning there. They don't really have a choice, unfortunately. They have to hope that LG pressure it and they can find some trade kills, as they were going to die either way. But then Guardian finding another pickup, trying to turn this back around. He's in a 1-on-2, so it is plausible. But still, from a very tough position, he has to make this, and Fallen is going to win the op-on-op battle. Guardian missing the mark by just an inch there, as Fallen survives with 17 HP, but nonetheless, Guardian not able to pick it up, and that will be, again, another round that goes to the way of LG.
Yeah. Why? Just run away here. You get stuck, and you just die. Oh. That looked so great for Navi as well, getting the 2 entries, and then the Molotov just wrecking Fallen with 4 great kills, again, winning the off-duel versus Guardian. Yeah, Fallen, so far, this last 2 halves, so the first half here and the last half of Train, I mean, just outplaying Guardian.
Fallen waiting for Seas to peek this now as he gets aggressive inside of the apartments. That's a good bait from Seas, though, as he actually is going to miss the first connection there. Sitting safe behind it just to test the waters a little bit. And now he's safely going to hop back down there further into the site to make it a little bit harder of a pop. Not just this, but Edward, too. Finding an opening pop, and Flamey, nice spot there, but Taco lining up the shot for himself, picks it up before he falls. There is a good response that comes in from Zeus, but then again, there is Fallen. He does end up taking down C's as he presses his way through the apartments, getting inside of the B site here. Guardian finding a trade, not with the op this time, but with the M4, picking up that kill over there onto the T side, but the trades continue to roll in here from both sides of the equation. It's now Fur and FNX taking on Zeus and Guardian. Fur, if he wraps around, he's going to be able to spot Zeus. Zeus doesn't see him, so there's another one. He also spots Guardian, too, as the final player, so he's going to get smoked back off. They've got control of this A bomb site, and Guardian's going to be on retake duty here right from the beginning of this.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the kit, but he has no idea where the members of Luminosity are. Just one of the members, and I mean, look at this. Fur playing it so smart. Just going to be ending up flanking Guardian here.
And he's trying to take down FNX. Little does he realize he's going to be a dead man in a moment unless he grabs that kill and gets to a cover spot. He is checking right now, finding that first one, looking for the second. Fur actually has to fall back to a little bit, so he's on the defuse now. Fur is racing, and he's going to try to nade him out, but what's he doing? He's wasting all this time. Guardian, he's going to be able to get the ninja, looking for that kill as well, but it doesn't even matter at this point, as Navi have stolen away the round, and that's the Guardian we like to see.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, that plant there for Fur, I don't think he realized. He realized it a little bit too late when the last member, except for him, for Luminosity, just ends up falling. Then it's just a matter of, well, I gotta take a gamble. I have to rush. If Guardian doesn't stick it, I'm gonna end up dying anyway. Great clutch by Guardian, though. Well, now he ends up going down.
FNX with a great opening here once again now to try and bounce LG right back into this one. On after he drops Guardian, takes down Edward here too, so Middle is being completely dominated so far by the members of LG. C's moving in, trying to pick up a rifle for himself here, so hopefully he can try and stop this movement and get these players on the cap, but so many have snuck in. Finally, Fallen is going to fall down, and C's they're getting some good damage back onto these players too. Zeus is going to take his place and take down FNX. Taco finding another one, so Navi's still very, very weak right now. All their utilities gone, but C's catches Fur with his pants down. He does not have his rifle out and ready to go here, trying to line up a second kill, but cannot grab it. Cold's going to be able to pick it up, and now it is just Flamey inside of Market, trying to pull off a 1 versus 2 retake.
Yeah, he does have the kid, P90 there. Ends up going down. I mean, Cold again. Yeah, even on train, I mean, Cold has been such a great guy for Luminosity, such a skillful player, very all-rounded player. I'd say, like, if you compare him to all of mine, I'd say they're very identical in their ways. And again, we see here just Cold with the big plays, along with Fallen. Yeah, for Navi, I mean, yeah, pushed on an eco, actually somewhat of a force buy. Complete force buy, actually. They have no money, so it's looking good for Luminosity so far.
And Fur, to no surprise, starts us off again here in round number 11 of the first half. Picking up that first kill in the Guardian. Not really a lot being responded to, but seized. The aggressive Navi comes out to play. He's going to use this smoke to his advantage. Pop flash too, but there is a nest of LG players. They haven't realized he's there, though, so he rolls out trying to win this first duel, but Fallen holds his ground. They shut him down, and now the forward momentum continues here for LG. Edward looking to line something up with the Deagle, and he does so. Can't get the second, though. The aim punch going to be too strong against him. Cold shuts him back out. And the final two completely out of the picture at this point. They may be able to overwhelm Fur, but beyond that, nothing else is going to be coming of these two.
Yeah, no, and since it is a double eco for Flamey here to save this weapon, might be able to cause some damage for the next round since he does have the armor as well. But yeah, Luminosity again picking up a round, only leaving 2 men in the grave now. 3. There's no really point in actually chasing Flamey here. Yeah, he might be able to do some damage next round, but it's going to be a complete full save coming from Navi.
FNX tries to come back out and taking it a little bit too slowly, so Flamey is going to be able to retreat inside the palace in time, but keeping himself alive. That wrap won't be happening fast enough, so FNX won't be getting an opportunity to take him down. And all the 3 players alive at the end of the round stay alive. And that costs some money for LG, but actually, I'm looking at it now. I thought they were built up a lot better than this, but this is not the case. LG are actually still on a very sort of thin line. But as you were mentioning before, Navi do have to go for the double eco, so they will get another fairly consistent chance to build that back up again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's no point in pushing, especially when your economy is so low anyway, and you should know by now that Navi should be on yet another eco since it was a force buy there.
And for LG this time, same basic setup here. Get mid control and as well work for the back alley control there and then move themselves over towards the B site. Navi actually have caught on to just the overwhelming amount of play that's been happening towards that B site now, and especially on rounds like these. So they've started to position more players towards it, and that's going to be the gambit that Navi take this time. Will they catch on to it is the question here as Cold moves, and he actually does not spot Edward here. So Edward What's he gonna do? He's waiting for more, hoping he can catch some of these players. And there we go. Timing. They just take down both of them at once there. Not gonna go for the cheeky knife kill. Just wants the headshot to keep it safe. And he's gonna grab it. Zeus getting a third one here too. So LG slowly falling apart. 3 players now up to AKs. Fur trying to respond back to this one. Now they do have Zeus fairly low within that site too. But Fur can't find the tap to finish him back off as of yet. He's down at 37 HP. Zeus gonna drop him to the floor. And now it's just FNX. He only has mid control. He's got nowhere else to go as of yet.
Great round so far from Navi. We'll see here. I mean, FNX is the guy you want in these positions.
It's a great reaction shot from him there to take down Guardy, but ultimately C's waiting just around the corner. He's going to be able to finish him off. Navi on that basically full eco with the exception of that one rifle is going to be able to close it out. And this was a great coordinated play here too. Flamey takes one down, and just to be safe, Edward waits for that exact thing to happen so that he can finish off the second player without the risk of being responded to.
Yeah, and this is a rough call to make from Luminosity. You had 2 members on of FNX and I think it was Cold actually. No, sorry, Cold and Taco had like no money, and then making that decision to buy anyway. Hope to put Navi on yet another economical deficit, whereas they're forced to potentially just double save once more. So this could be, I mean, this could be the winning round here for Luminosity.
Zeus is going to get so aggressive at the beginning of this one, though. He gets some good info to that pressure that's coming back in from middle. However, he only finds a 1-for-1 trade. There's going to be Flamey that comes in, finishing off Taco after Guardian did not connect it, but Cold actually takes down Guardian on his way in. Flamey picking up 2 kills on both FNX and Cold. But Fur, he's able to drop him down, and now with 15 HP, he's going to have to try and 1 versus 2 this one. And he's slowly being boxed in here as well by C's, so he's got to try and take down C's just to get that plant. I don't know if he's fully realized that C's has already worked his way back over towards ticket box. The good news is Fur at least has the bomb, so if he wanted to, he could try to fall back and go to B, but this is going to be a fairly obvious move if he does do this, and Navi will catch on to it, probably even beat him to the punch on racing towards the B side as well.
Yeah, no, not really anything Fur can do here. It was a gamble that didn't really pay off for Luminosity. You can't even get the bomb. Well, you see here, timing is everything here, but he's still covering the ground.
He's taking it very slow right now, lining up to get the default plant, but out comes Seized.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you were mentioning, not a whole lot that would have worked out great there.
No, I mean, you had the Molotov, but you would never know where the remaining Navi members were. So now you're in a position where yet another actually force spike coming in from Luminosity. Tech 9s with armor and a bunch of nades moving over towards the B bomb side.
Flamey even this time too, trying to restore the CT side's own economy here, as he is going to just go for the SMG buy-up this time with the rest of his team going for the rifles. Should have a pretty good idea that this is going to be the exact investment we see from Luminosity, but C's lining him up, only catching one initially, not really getting a lot of damage onto these other guys too. Just trying to toss some nades back in there, but is caught in the crossfire. So FNX is going to take him down after C's picks up an additional kill. FNX, if he follows this up with a second, there's Guardian shutting down Fallen before he can do any more damage. That flash landing, I think, on top of Guardian's head, but now as these guys press back forward here, Taco and FNX going to be the last 2 alive. Taco almost going down to that nade. He's at 6 HP, so he's basically stuck there, not going to be able to do much else. But Guardian in that great spot too. He's going to wait for the aggressive spout from LG or the plant, and then it's execution time to roll right out and finish things off here. But starting to move around a little bit more here too, and reacting to that one, we'll give Taco a bit of an angle here, but with 6 HP again, very, very risky to even peek out in the first place. FNX, he gets the cross trade though, so now it's going to be a long range 1 versus 1 on either side of the site, lining it up. It's going to be Flamey that closes things out there with the SMG, and that will be another round going by the way of Navi.
Yeah, very close. Luminosity with the yet the other force spike. Here you actually see Siege. Yeah, he ends up getting the 2 here, but ends up going down. He was a little bit too slow on falling down because you saw Edward. I think Edward actually thought that it was clear. That's why he was very aggressive with the op and then trying to get out. Ends up falling as well. So yeah, very close round. But again, we're in the last round of the half, and the Navi with the full buy. And here you see again Luminosity with yet another force buy, instead of just saving. Taking a gamble haven't really paid off for him.
It's going to go towards the A site this time, though, which actually, at least the direct A take that we're sort of seeing now with a little bit of action.
B.
Yeah, they're faking B, but normally this has been just direct pressure applied to either site that they're taking mid control and whatnot, but regardless of what's happening, it's just a complete shutdown from Navi. No progress being made at all by LG. It's just Fur as the last one alive. He at least gets outside of Palace, but as he looks for kills back over there in the headshot glitch spot, he's not going to find anything at all. Flamey shuts him down, and that will end the half very much so in the favor of Navi with a 10-5 scoreline.
Yeah, and I still don't really feel like Navi played that great on their CT side. It's just that for Luminosity, threw away so many rounds on trying to mess with Navi's economy, and in reality just ended up costing them a bunch of rounds. Very risky gamble to make there.
Again, Guardian starting things off, I think, a little bit slowly, but manages to work his performance back up there as we get later and later into the half. So,
yeah.
So that big part of Navi that allows things to close things out. But other members of Navi still stepping up and performing very well as well when you look at both Flamey, Zeus, and Seized. And it's not both, but you get it. But now we go into the second half here. Luminosity have quite a long way to work their score back up to tying things and potentially taking the lead away from Navi. However, at the same time, Navi, if they can pick up this pistol, they could be looking at a very, very secure lead and possibly a very quick second half. But Fur from LG will be picking up the first kill in this half as he is able to drop down on Edward. And with that, Navi will be slowed down probably to a very big degree. And oh, there's Fur coming in. Does find a headshot in the C's, but he's traded back out there by Zeus.
This smoke's coming in here though. Great job so far by LG.
He's going to be Fallen and Flamey trading blows left and right there. Fallen finding that very, very nice headshot, but it's the same story from Flamey. These T's, though, are struggling to make that progress to get themselves onto the A site and hold it securely. They've done enough to cause fear in the eyes of LG, and they are holding back, hoping they catch some of that over-aggression, and that's exactly what they get. Cold shutting down Guardian. You can look at both Fallen and FNX, though. They have to be so careful about this, because they basically have no HP between the two of them. It all has to come from Cold, at least in terms of anything aggressive. Those two can be there to back up just after they take possibly Cold down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox to try to hold this, getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he had to deal with. Now he's just got to finish off the final two. Getting that first one, Fallen messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, the first mistake from Luminosity there is that they had really no control of the bomb site. I mean, Flamey, he was just happy enough there to get the bomb down. Instead, 16 HP, 1-on-3. Yeah, sure, two Luminosity members very low. But yeah, once you end up getting Cold there, then it's anyone's games, because it's one bullet for both of them.
And Navi will attempt to continue that, but Luminosity will try to resist this now. Specifically Fur, you can see in middle, trying to line up those Deagle shots, only connecting, I think, one little tap on his seized foot there as he brings him down to 77 HP. Nothing else being gained from that spray pattern there, and then they're just going to smoke things off, so we can't really do anything further. But Taco getting aggressive. I think Flamey spotted him, though, so he's going to attempt to spray him back down. Taco is given a chance to retreat, so he's going to fall back, and not just this, but Cold and Guardian are going to trade some blows here. No upgrade picked up by anybody on LG just as of yet, as Guardian is the one that finds the trade. He's going to find his second kill here, too, as he presses his way into the B-bomb site, and already this has been cleared back out. So LG are forced to rotate, but there's just mollies coming in left and right. There's no safe position for LG to work with.
Getting the bomb down though, Fur with the flank.
And he's going to have to push back in very, very carefully with the other members of LG acting as a distraction. FNX, as I correct myself from an earlier statement, he actually does have a Galil to work with now, so they do have a rifle, but that's going to be the first thing that falls. Flamey shuts that up, but then there's Fur catching one with the Deagle. They still don't realize he's coming back, and actually they're relying on Zeus. Thankfully, he shuts it down, and Guardian getting aggressive there with only 7 HP, taking the risk there on Fallen missing his shot, and that is exactly what happened, so he's going to pick up the final kill.
Is that a... Oh, one crash. Okay, CS problem. I was gonna say, why would you take a tactical timeout here?
It's like...
it doesn't really make any sense.
So we'll get him back into the game very quickly, of course, and as soon as he's restored his game state, we will just resume the game where it is now. But Navi off to a great start here in Luminosity. I mean, as soon as they get those guns into their hands, it's got to be perfect from that point forward, as they are not being left with a lot of room to make mistakes at all.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, considering it's 12-5 right now, and Luminosity on the save, it's going to be 13-5 unless Navi just completely shits the bed. But I hope that's not going to happen.
Family show.
I can't say that.
I don't know. Is shit a family show word?
Well, you just said it.
I mean,
well.
Yeah. Well, you seem to think it's okay. So.
Well, if you're from the UK, apparently that's a very bad word.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, that sucks for our UK viewers then.
Yep. I'm sure we can get it confirmed by Alex later.
Okay, so we go back into the game now. Navi with a strong lead against Luminosity, 12-5. They're looking to continue it here, as LG, unfortunately, are not going to have a very strong buy at all here. This is the trash round. They don't get to invest anything, as they have to save for the 4th round of the half and go for the big gun pickups. Whereas we were mentioning before, everything has to be perfect from that point forward. They are trying to make a contest of this round, as both Fur and Cold have picked up some kills. Now here's Guardian, though, rolling back in. He, too, only going to be able to pick up 1 kill, so it stays even, down to a 2 versus 2. But the B site's been cleared out. So again, LG are on the rotate, and this is not going to be an optimal situation for them to potentially win a round.
Great positioning from Edward as well. You just knew that the B bomb site was completely clear. Just helping out Cease as well, because he was very far away.
And they're just going to try to hunt down Fallen too. Edward, as we can see there, is going to be able to finish off the final player as he shuts him back down. Navi have exactly we were counting on, which is going to be 13-5. The investment from LG coming out. And Fallen, I think, trying to make that choice there. We see his buy is a little bit hesitant as to whether he wants to go for that op setup or get the extra utility. They're going to choose utility over the op risk. And it's going to be all 5 M4s here for LG.
Very important now for Luminosity that you don't let Navi actually get the bomb now, because you don't have a kit on either player. So I would love to see a little bit more of an aggressive play here from Luminosity.
And Colt will take the aggressive position, peeking back out, takes the duel with Edward, but Edward going to be able to win this one. Now Guardian, he's got the op too. That's another shot coming back in from him to take down Fallen. And LG already looking very, very weak indeed. However, they are pressing towards that B-bomb site, where LG do have a chance to hold things off. Their natural defender, though, has fallen. That's going to be Taka that's knocked out. So FNX is rotating back in through Mark, and he may be able to catch Zeus back over there by the bus, but can't catch it. And now there's going to be FNX picking up one, but immediately after this, Guardian always seeming to be there for the trades, consistently finding it. He shuts down an additional player from LG. And Fer, the last one alive, he has to save. There's nothing left for him to do.
I mean, when all the other members from Luminosity just ended up dying, Fer is still in T-spawn, so there's no time whatsoever, especially like I was saying, they didn't have a single kit in their hands either. So again, great round by Navi, getting the first entry, causing Luminosity to rotate back, and that's when you have Guardian just watching Connector, watching the A bomb side. He gets the first flick there on the Luminosity member, and then everything just fell apart from that.
So Fer sitting back now, probably won't be challenged, so we'll be looking at him being able to save this gun at the very least. They'll have something, but this is that fourth round investment, so this is going to be the big buyout now that comes from the guys on LG. They won't really have all that much going into the next round. They may just try to force it here, considering the circumstances that are now in front of them. Navi have such a huge lead, and if they allow Navi to take this one with them saving, then that could just be them on match point, and then they have to win 10 rounds in a row without dropping a single one, just to take it to overtime as well. That's not even to win the match.
Yeah, no, exactly, and we're going to see a tactical timeout coming from Luminosity now. I mean, it's basically do or die now, right? Where you have essentially one round for Navi's map and match point. So you're gonna have to do something about this now. You do still have the saved weapon out for, obviously. Everyone else is sitting around 2.9 to 3.5k. Already saw that Cold buying out, as he said. 5-7 on Taco. Fallen with 2.9k, haven't actually decided
forcing.
Yeah, well, they have to. Well, not really have to if they don't want to play for the tie, but Fallen probably will end up picking up a scout.
Well,
big possibility on that.
As you basically said, it's do or die here. As if they go in and win this round, then they still have that chance. They still have at least one mistake more that they can make at some point here. But if not, then they're basically going to be done for anyway, and that would be far too much of a task to accomplish, winning 10 perfect rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's just a massive gamble here. I mean, you always have an option, right? You can either force buy here completely and then just hope that you win, or you do like a semi-buy or a full save and just hope to play for the tie. But now when you have so many more rounds to work with, it looks to be... I don't know if Luminosity actually decided. Yeah, so it is a half buy here coming in for Luminosity. You see members like Fallen, members like Fer just saving what they have, just keeping it very casual in terms of what they end up buying, and then instead of Cold just buys up everything.
No mollies and whatnot here either, so if we see a big condensed play from Navi, there won't be a whole lot to try and hold that back or potentially really stop any sort of large play in general here from Navi as they attempt to work towards it. But they're splitting up here at the beginning of this round, moving their players all around. The Guardian attempting to take an opening pop over here on a Taco, but he survives the encounter. He's able to fall back, and some damage is also placed elsewhere onto Flamey too. So they won't be moving into this one just as of yet. They still keep their positions, not really retreating away from it, but also considering the bomb is that far back, they will keep their options open here for the player that is now investigating outside of Palace here, which is going to be Zeus. FNX has to be the main one there to stop this one, but Fer is the real story right now. Pushing up towards top mid, he's hit pretty heavily down, and Edward's actually going to push out. He completely misses further as he's attempting to retreat back. He definitely could have taken him down, so that's a big mistake on his part. More players from the CT side that are going to be left alive. They get the intel though in the positioning, and now they can just try and line up a few of these frags. There's Flamey picking up one, drop FNX, so they should be safe to push outside of it initially. But now Fer is here too, and he's the one with that rifle. That was actually a very ballsy move, Fer just pushing back up there, potentially risking his life and that rifle in general. But thankfully he keeps himself alive, so they still have this big gun in play now.
They have not a single member on the A-bomb site though. I mean, Fallen is just watching from basic connector stairs.
There's going to be Taco grabbing one, but that smoke is not covering the entire site, so Flamey's able to line one up, almost transferring the spray towards the second one, but thankfully Taco is there to pick that one back up. Then there's C's. He picks up not one, but two, both of the final frags of the round, and here we have it now. Navi on the match point, and for LG, not really a whole lot of cash left. They're going to force up. They do get the rifles bought for pretty much every single member, and we should mention too, thanks to our observer for that, this is so far an absolutely flawless half from Navi.
Yeah, that as well. I mean, Luminosity, they have the full money bonus. That's why you have the up on Fallen. That first round, the first entry Navi got at that round was then Zeus actually from Palace, Molotov, down in Shadow. That's why Flamey, that's why you saw the member from Luminosity run out and Flamey. It was an easy kill for him. That was the first entry onto that A-bomb site. So great teamwork there.
And the full investment here from LG, again, leaving them with very, very little utility beyond the smokes and a couple flashbangs to try and use here to try and stop Navi from getting into the site. But Navi, with them being split up here as well, just the smokes and flashbangs may be exactly what they need to try and stop this play. As without a big condensed one, the Mize one won't be holding off a whole load of momentum here from Navi to begin with, so it might not be worth the investment if they did decide to go down that path. But we can see from Navi actually moving a lot of players in towards middle now to take control of this, and then push their way forward over towards that B site, where LG are now getting very, very fidgety, moving players all around in very aggressive positions, I should mention here too. They're really trying to get this intel and pick up the opening advantage, but that is leaving them very, very vulnerable if the trades come out swiftly enough, and that's what they've got to be careful of, and this is exactly how things start off. Flamey, Edward, Flamey again, finding 3 kills. It's now down to Fallen and Taco to hold on to this. Fallen grabbing one more coming in. There's a second pickup from Fallen. He does get flashed, so he has to hide in the corner, and the bomb from Navi now going to move out onto the A-bomb site. Still no presence here. They are boxed in, and they've got to hold this. This is the Alamo for LG, holding back out over here inside, but it's not going to happen. Guardian shutting down Taco. He does get dinked down to 13 HP, but Fallen testing the waters here. He's going to grab C as he still has a chance to do this. Guardian, though, is inching behind him, and Fallen grabs Guardian as well. He has to save this for his team. Flamey now pressing forward. Colin is going to be able to clutch it out. A full ace from him, and that keeps LG in this match.
I mean, yeah. Fallen, I don't know what to say for Navi's end there. Just going on one by one, giving Fallen the opening there to just end up winning the round. Very sloppy play from Navi, and Fallen just took complete advantage of that. Great play from him.
Fallen saving LG's life, but there's still a long, long way to go before they can keep it, and unfortunately things are still very, very good looking here for the members of Natus Vincere. They still only need to win one more, and it needs to be 9 perfect in a row. FNX tries to get himself into a sneaky position. It does not pay off. Guardian's going to shut him down, and now the savior is Fallen. It's going to be Fallen that is dropped by Edward here as they press their way onto the site. Cold will take his position, but he's only got a CZ. Taco as well, down at a 5-7, and there's C's jumping his way inside. Zeus finding another one. This is the quick closeout. It's all on Fur now in a 1 versus 5. I doubt we're going to see 2 aces in a row from Luminosity, so this is going to be it. Guardian shuts it down, and Navi are going to close out the set.